today is 10th of March 2026. This video today, long time, it will be to British people, okay, things which you must do, to British people, to English people, okay, to British people especially, so maybe you can take it as United Kingdom, okay. So, but definitely, you know, I live in England. The reason is I live in England. But definitely, maybe he wish you to take as to whole United Kingdom, okay? Because definitely not without reason, it is called United Kingdom, okay? But definitely to British people, I live in England. King lives in England. Palace is in England, in London, okay? Things you must do, and those are serious things. Even they attack me to laugh, okay, but those are very serious things to remind for you. So God the Father, he wants me a lot, and last month I worked a lot with Polish government, with Polish people, with Polish government. I worked a lot. Now finally also he wants me to work also with British people. The reason, before I lived in Poland, I was born and I'm from Poland, so that's why he wanted me to work with Polish government, with Poland. And from 2005 I live in England, so he also, very important is England also, okay? So he wants me to work with English people, with English government, English people, okay? Because government is very important, okay? They play very important role, okay? So not just to government different tasks, they have different duties, different tasks, and we as people, normal people, okay, not on the positions, we have different duties, different callings, okay? But to British people, things you must do. To remind, okay? So he will definitely, during that judgment day, 1 year of judgment, then we'll have another 3 years. So all those 4 years, 4 parts of United Kingdom, you see, you have Big Ben, 4, okay? 4 corners, this is for everything. This is what in the Bible. There are signs from God the Father all over the world. And there are huge signs in England also, okay? So God, through signs, he loves to confirm. He says that you will have signs on earth and in heaven, okay? In stars, on earth, okay? He loves to give signs. He loves to reveal things, to show us the way, to show us the road. He loves to show his presence, that he is alive and that he is in charge of everything, okay? And all those things, he is in control of everything. He loves to show that. That's why he gave us the word of God. He gave us the prophecies. The prophecies are fulfilling. He sends the prophets. He's not the God, you know. He loves to show that he is alive, that he's the head, and that he is in charge of everything. And that we will be happy if we will cooperate with God the Father, okay? Because this is our duty. We have in our hearts this obedience to God the Father, okay? So those things even, which I will tell you, like to British people, just always when I give like to some country or government especially, just know this is not that I'm playing to tell you, this is from God the Father, okay? This war, for example, this war which happened, this is his war, okay? This is his plan, and this is all in his hands, and I'm not getting involved, okay? Because I don't want to have any sin to be, you know, to be united with any war or something. This is, or with government. I have no idea about politics or government. So if he just some things he says, this is take it as his words, not as, you know, things which he reveals to me, okay? He reveals, and I'm telling you as message from him, okay? I don't speak with authority of God the Father, but God the Father speaks with that authority, and for some reason, for example, like he had chosen me to speak through me, okay? Such a, simple person, and he loves to use those simple people to reveal things. So take it seriously, because those are words from God the Father, okay? Also words from me, okay? I have authority to give as my testimony that I live without sins, okay? I don't sin, okay? So I have authority to preach the word of God, because I don't sin, I have pure heart. So this kind of that I'm holy, this authority. Okay, guys, because they attack me. Let's 5 minutes and I even didn't start. First, so first, to British people, to things you must do. First, very important, he have opened the door. He have opened the door, and this is important for you, for British people, for British government, whoever he wish to use, husband, okay, husband, British husband, or to kill, finally to kill, to punish, wife of Satan. She's English. Where she lives. She lives in England. She looks like an icon from Częstochowa, okay? And she lives in England, and she has British passport. You need to make sure that you will not take her guilt, because she's guilty of the blood of Holy Spirit. For this what she did to me. She has blood of the Holy Spirit like nobody else, okay? So she has such a huge guilty on her hands, and for all evil all over the world she did as wife of Satan. So you definitely, as Britain, as the country, as United Kingdom, you don't want to share with her guilty, okay? She is guilty, and she's going Great Babylon, also her as Great Babylon, great whore. And God said, come out of her, my people, okay? To make sure that you will not be punished for this what she did, okay? So you need to clean your hands and to make sure that you will not share her punishment, okay? And in order to do this, as the nation, British nation, English nation, United Kingdom, God the Father have opened the door for you, okay? I know sometimes what devil is trying to do, like even last time he have opened few doors, and devil by violence he still tries to lock those doors, to close those doors. He only tries, okay? So this is only the matter of time when you will be able to do this. When he opened, nobody can close. Devil is trying to stop it for a moment, okay? But this is only to test our faith, okay? This is only to test our faith. When he opened the door, sooner or later, very soon, you will be able to do it, okay? I hope very soon. So he already, God the Father have opened the door, so you already fight to do your best, okay? Even devil will try to close the doors, but he can't close the door when God the Father opened. So sooner or later, you will be able to do it. He have opened the door for you to punish the wife of Satan, great whore, who is in England. She's in England, okay? And he wants definitely lock her in mental hospital. Her place is in mental hospital in England, okay? So definitely NHS must get involved, okay? NHS must get involved. NHS knows why you have to get involved. So definitely her place is in mental hospital, and you need to lock her. How he wants to do that plan? Will he use her husband, okay? That betrayal will be okay, we know 1 year ago, last year, Pope Francis died, okay? Another great sign. Will the husband lock that whore in mental hospital, or whoever he has planned to use, okay? But for you already, you have opened the door, they very attack me. You fight to do your best, do not give up, even you will think is hopeless, we try and we can't. No, it's not hopeless. You have opened the door. Do not lose faith. Don't walk by sight, walk by faith. God the Father revealed, and this is the truth. You have opened the door, so it's enough to try to do your best, and first of all have that intention in heart that you, as Britain, as British people, British government, true government, King William, okay, Harry, okay, that you want to punish that whore, you know for what, okay? To make sure that you will not share with her punishment, because she will be punished, and you need to clean as the nation, as the British government. We are before Judgment Day, and you need to make sure that the whole country, that you will throw that guilt on her, okay? So it's your time to throw that guilt on her, okay? On her of Jezebel, wife of Satan, okay? So you have opened the door. Try to do it, fight to do it, okay? You see how they attack me, okay? So lock her in mental hospital, fight to do it, okay? Fight to do it. I very strong believe, would that be 13th of March? Would that be 13th of March when Pope Francis was elected 2013? Because it will be 24th. Like you know her address, she has 24th, number 24th. She say 24th will be the Judgment Day, because my house number is 24, okay? 13th of March this year will be 24th of 12th month, Adar, but first month of judgment, as first month of judgment, okay? 24, would that be, when do you have Mother's Day? Would that be gift for Mother's Day, okay? Will you prove who is your mother, okay? Who you choose as the nation? I know they have in England, I don't know, 13th of March, I need to double check. Soon they have Mother's Day, maybe such a surprise for her, for that whore, for what she did on Mother's Day, okay? Okay. So you fight to do it, sooner or later you will be able to do it. You fight to do it, okay? And don't lose faith. Let's hope very soon it will happen. Maybe for Mother's Day, who knows? Okay, so this he opened. Prime Minister, this, the one who is now Prime Minister, okay? You also have opened the door to fight. God already put him to shame. All that Epstein affair came out, so he is involved, so there is definitely evidence. So you need to stick to that and fight to arrest him or put him to mental hospital. Even would be great to put him to mental hospital, okay? Use that evidence. Do not let go of that evidence. They want it to go silent. Clinton's, Bush, he was involved. There is evidence, strong evidence for that Prime Minister, okay? So you have open door to fight and use that evidence, Epstein evidence against him. Do not let go of that evidence, okay? Try to put him, fight to put him. You have open door to get rid of him as Prime Minister. He should never be Prime Minister of England, okay? You need to get rid of him. You need to lock him in, arrest him, or the best would be even to put him in mental hospital, but do not let go of that Epstein evidence, okay? This is what you can use to get rid of him, to punish him. So you need a definitely new Prime Minister, okay? Another point, you need new Prime Minister. This one was very evil. So also in that way, two British people with British passport, when you as the nation, as the British government, the nation, British people, you need to throw, we are just before 1 year of judgment, you need to throw that that guilt on great whore, wife of Satan. She has British passport, and also another person who is very, very guilty, in last 18 months, in last year, what he was trying to do to me, so you need to make sure you will throw that guilt on him. Is the present Prime Minister, the one who you have now, that Prime Minister, okay? You need to make sure he's very guilty. You need to make sure you will not share with his guilt. You will make sure, you need Prime Minister, you need to reject him as Prime Minister, reject him as the nation, reject him to make sure, okay, come out of her, my people. Make sure you will not share with her punishment. Make sure you will not share with punishment of present Prime Minister. So what you do as the nation to make sure that you will be right for judgment, okay? You know what he does. Look what he does. he fights with President Trump. He didn't want to support President Trump in that war. That war is God's war. This is the war from heaven, from God the Father. I told you, second seal is the war, okay? This is holy war, because the goal of this war, you know, those who have eyes, now they protest, evil ones protest, devil is furious that this war. They didn't protest for war, Ukraine, Russia, so many soldiers die. So many people innocent, so many soldiers, nobody cared. You think they care for war? No. They didn't protest, they don't care, okay? They want this kind of war, okay? That innocent people, innocent soldiers in thousands will die, millions, okay? For years, like Ukraine, Russia. If they would care for peace, they would protest against Ukraine-Russia war for so many years is that war. And President Putin wants to end that war. And definitely nobody else wants more to end that war. That President Trump is doing all he can to end that war, Ukraine-Russia. And now they protest like they pretend that they care for war. No, they are afraid of that because they know that this war is against evil rulers, is against the kingdom of devil, okay? Is to help true Iranian people, who were very, very persecuted. They had no life. You know what was it, okay? They had no life, okay? Against that regime, against, you know, so this is not against Iranian people, this is against that evil regime, what they do to Iranian people. Iranian people, they thank President Trump, they make protest and they are so thankful to President Trump that he helped them, that he gives them freedom, you know. They dare to say, those evil protesters, they dare to say that take your hands off Iran, okay? They're so fucking foolish when Iranian people says, they say, thank you, President Trump, thank you for what you do to us, okay? So how dare those idiots to speak in the name of Iranian people? When Iranian people speak from the heart, thank you, President Trump, for giving us freedom, for killing that regime. Even last time, it wasn't long ago, so many thousand innocent people they killed, that regime killed for fun. This is what they do. President Trump came to help, okay? So the evil ones, they make protest. Devil is furious, he makes protest because they are afraid of this war, okay? Because this is war from heaven, from God the Father, to end with evil power, okay? To give back people freedom, okay? So guys, you are wise, but this new prime minister, this prime minister in England, he dares to stand against President Trump. He said England will not help. Okay, maybe we will help a little bit. Oh my goodness, what you know, England was always, you know, the history. England was always, God the Father always showed me, England and USA. During the war, those countries always kept together. Even when that whore Elizabeth, okay, who Yahweh killed for, you know what reason, what she did, okay, and Philip. But even when that whore was, God was using England and USA as always those countries kept together during the wars. Now look what devil is trying to do. You need to realize, British government, especially British government, you need to realize how big danger for your country is that present prime minister. Look what he's trying to do. He said England will not help USA, or maybe will help a little bit, will think, okay, this is horrible what they say. Why Poland? You know, I'm so proud now Poland, because Polish government, they stick to President Trump and they say whatever Trump will say we will do. We support in 100%, and they're so sure about, you know, that this is what God is doing through Trump. They are so behind Trump. They say whatever Trump will say we will do. We are on the side of President Trump, okay? And this should also England say, okay? You don't want to be against President Trump. You need to respect him, and he is the head of that God's word. This is what God is doing through President Trump, okay? Then second will be President Putin, okay? He will use especially those two leaders to lead you as leaders. But still President Trump is the head, okay? And In Poland, they said in Poland, we'll do what President Trump will say. We are on. So the same should do in England. You should be so confident, so sure that we will do, whatever President Trump is ask us for help, we will do, because we want President Trump on our side. We want, as Britain, as the country, we want USA on our side. The war started, and we need to make sure that we will have USA on our side, okay? So this is what that fucking Prime Minister did. This is what this idiot did. He wants us to cut from help from USA. If we would need, the war started, if we would need as the country help, now President Trump, you think he will come and help after what that fucking Prime Minister said? Why would he come and help? Okay, guys, this is not fair what he did. This is horrible. So what God the Father shows me, okay? Definitely you need new Prime Minister. Judge that, open door to judge that new Prime Minister, okay? King William, British government, make sure to fight for new Prime Minister, okay? Fight for new Prime Minister. Would that be, I don't know who would be. I believe it could be Nigel. I'm not sure, he didn't reveal me for 100%. I personally like Nigel, and from my judgment and from what God the Father was showing me, I see only Nigel as the person on the position who could be the new Prime Minister, but take it to meditation, see how God the Father will reveal to you. I only see Nigel, okay, as the candidate who could be. I don't say 100% that this is God's plan. I see Nigel, maybe it could be Nigel, or maybe someone else, but definitely you need new good leader. I see only Nigel, but I'm not sure if that would be Nigel, okay? But what do you need to do after this? So you need reform in government. You need to reform in NHS, in mental health, okay? Innocent people cannot be innocent people cannot suffer. You want to use this punishment, this can be for evil ones, only for evil ones, okay? You cannot, allow innocent people to suffer in mental health department what they suffer, okay? So you need to change it. You need to change it as the nation. You need to change it. Fight to change it immediately. You can use it for evil ones, okay? Do not allow innocent people to suffer in such a way, okay? So you need reform in mental health NHS. We will talk about it maybe more, okay? I have so many things to say. You need reform in government. So you need new Prime Minister. Would it be Nigel? Maybe it will be Nigel, but definitely you need good Prime Minister, okay? And what to do after this, what this idiot did, that he refused to help USA, okay? USA gave chance, and first they asked Britain to help. This was always for years. USA was at war, and then they always ask Britain, okay? And President Trump gave that chance to prove that Britain will be always on his side, on the side of USA. And that idiot, he refused. Okay, so this is not acceptable what he did, okay, that he refused. Now, they attack different countries. If they will attack England, who will help us? When we don't have USA on our side, who will help us? Guys in government, think wise, think for our country, for the safety. This is not joke. Don't lean on this that I live in your country. Okay, so I will be safe, but I worry about. I don't worry, but I'm concerned about safe. This is not joke. Take it seriously. Be concerned as the government for the safety of the whole Britain, whole United Kingdom. Don't lean that I will be safe. Okay, God the Father will protect me, but I'm concerned about the whole United Kingdom, about the whole, Britain, and people, wise people from government like Nigel, and wise people I heard, and they were furious. Wise people from British government, they were furious how he could refuse to stand on the side of USA. That now when we will need help as the nation, you think President Trump will support after he was put to shame by this fucking prime minister that he refused publicly, how he put to shame such a leader as President Trump, okay? You think USA will come and help? Guys, be conscious, okay? Think according to reality what devil is trying to do through this fucking prime minister. This fucking prime minister is the work of devil in United Kingdom, okay? You need to get rid, or he will destroy our kingdom, or we'll have war and nobody will help us, okay? Do you want to have war in England, and who will help us? England will not be able to protect themselves. We need to have USA on our side, as it was always. So how to solve this problem as quick as possible? New prime minister, and you need to send, I see the idea, you think also, I see the idea came to my mind. Delegation from England must go, must fly. You need to choose delegation, okay? Would that be Prince William, for example, okay? Or would that be Nigel or Prince William, someone wise who would represent Britain, who would fly to USA personally, ask for, fly to USA, okay, personally, apologize, guys, you need to apologize, okay? Apologize for this fucking prime minister. Apologize in the name of British government, in the name of British people for this, what this fucking prime minister did. Say that we have nothing to do with this, what he does, because we want to cooperate with President Trump. We want him on our side, okay? Someone needs to come to USA. This God the Father shows me, maybe my idea, I don't know, guys, but this is good idea. Someone needs to go to USA from England personally. It can be Prince William. It can be Nigel, for example. Someone like Nigel, someone like Prince William. Personally apologize, okay? Apologize for this, what this idiot did, and of course say that whatever USA will need in that war, whatever President Trump as the head will say that he needs England to do in that war, that you will do. The position which Poland took, whatever Trump will say, we will do, okay? So Trump is the chief, is the commander, is the chief, okay? So, but you know, willingly and surely, and for sure, and willingly, and for sure, okay? Not like, oh, maybe we'll help a little bit, okay? Apologize for this fucking idiot prime minister, and offer for 100%, ask that you are willing, and you want to help. Whatever he will tell, you will do, okay? So, I could see Nigel or Prince William or Nigel, some respected people, some British patriot, someone who cares about the British nation. Guys, this is, you know, don't take it as, because they want to take it as funny. Devil wants to take it as funny, but I want you to see that this is serious, because now we have the war started, okay? This is the truth. Let's acknowledge the truth. The war started. And even in Poland, they took such a wise position. They say, we have Trump, okay? We don't worry because we have Trump on our side, because whatever Trump will say, we'll do, as the government. The same should do British people, okay? So look how devil is trying to destroy our country. He wants to bring conflict on our country. You need to care for safety of the people, okay? We don't want war in Britain. I don't want war in Britain. I don't want war in Britain, okay? To make sure that you don't want war in Britain, we need to have someone strong, okay? We must have USA on our side. If we will not have President Trump and USA on our side, you know, we must have USA and President Trump on our side to make sure that we will not have war inside of our country. If you will be against President Trump, then devil will bring war to our country. But guys, we don't want war in our country, okay? And this is the most important. Safety in our country. So as soon as possible, delegation, okay? And I would see too, maybe you will delegate someone else. I see Nigel, or I see even Prince William, okay? Prince William, Nigel, this kind of persons, okay? This kinds of people with authority, with political authority in England. Patriots who love England, who care for people of England, okay? Okay. Okay. this, I think I went through all those points. Okay. So this is important for you to know, because this war, and I told you this is in Bible, okay? This is all in the Bible about the war, from east to west, okay? So I told you, President Trump, he's the head. Number 2 is President Putin, okay? God the Father doesn't give me like messages to President Putin, because through President Putin he does different, okay? Sometimes I give messages to President Trump, but President Trump, it is his work, he's doing, I'm not telling him, because this is not my business, I'm not getting involved. I barely know where, when I remind where Iran is or those countries, okay? When I remind from the school, okay? All that. So guys, I'm not getting involved. This is not my business, okay? War, it's not my business. President Putin, God is working different through President Putin, okay? They both very anointed leaders, and God is shrewd. This is what he's doing by using President Trump, President Putin, okay? He's shrewd. He knows what he's doing, okay? So, he doesn't give me a lot of messages like to President Putin, because he knows what he's doing through President Putin, okay? So don't worry about President Putin. God the Father knows what he will do through President Putin, okay? But those presidents, Trump and Putin, they are the most anointed, okay? But President Trump still is the head, okay? Don't worry, don't stress. Or through President of China, he revealed to me is also his son, okay? So we want to have those countries on our side. We want to have USA, Trump. We want to have Russia on our side. We want to have China on our side, okay? They all sons of God. But President Trump is leading, okay? Then second is President Putin, but God, the Father, is doing his shrewd job through President Putin, okay? So he will definitely surprise everyone. They will not fight against one another, because they are from Kingdom of God, two the most anointed leaders. But he doesn't want to reveal what plan he has, through President Putin. With time we will see, okay? Guys, okay? So those, for British people, what do you need to do? They very attack me, it cost me a lot, but I gave you the message. So now is the war. Make sure, especially that last point, make sure that that we'll have USA on our side, that someone will go and apologize to President Trump, to make sure that we will have President Trump, USA on our side, okay? So this must happen immediately, okay? So this, and have a nice day. And fight to do those points which I told you, okay? And I will be in touch with you. I will record also systematically whenever he will lead me, whenever he will reveal new things. I will also record to English people, okay? To English people also things which he reveals to me. So fingers crossed, and we wait for those things to happen, okay? This for today.